I want to share with you today what it is that I bring to my presentations, whether it's a workshop or a conference, and I want to explain to you why I bring that stuff. I'm going to start off with this one. This is my notebook with a pen attached to it. This is what I bring everywhere. I have a little notebook. Of course, I have my phone where I can put notes into, but I still like to write down stuff, and when I have an idea, just make a little note of it. I have two of these. These are connectors. One of them is for a VGA connector and the other one is HDMI connector. Be sure you have the right ones for these, because not all of them, especially the ones that are not really Apple, tend to not always work. So test it out before you actually bring it to a conference, whether or not this works. Second thing that I have in my little bag is a USB. And the USB is very important because of several reasons, but the most important reason is that I always have a backup of my presentation on the USB. Not all the time you use your own computer, so sometimes you have to use the computer of the conference, and that's when you need the USB to transfer your presentation to the laptop that the organization is using. And if the USB does not work, I also have the SD card where I also can put on the presentation and copy it from my computer to another computer when needed. And this is a USB splitter, so I have the USB itself, but sometimes you have several devices that you want to put onto one, and you need more than one USB. For example, sometimes you have a laptop from a conference organizer which only has one USB port, and if you then have to put in both your USB as well as your clicker, and maybe they are using it for something else as well, there's no room, you don't have enough room, so this one then definitely helps. It also helps when traveling, because if you put this into your computer, you can charge, or even into your charger, you can charge up to 4 devices at once with just the one splitter. This is the clicker. So this clicker works on a USB. You can take it out, you can put this one in the computer, and this one is your clicker where you can go to the next slide and play videos, etc. Very valuable. Always make sure to check if your battery level is still alright, because if this fails in the middle of your presentation, that really is not nice. At conferences you usually get one. When you do a workshop, it's very important to have your own. Also, when you're doing workshops, what can be very valuable is this. This is a small speaker. And I've bought this speaker after I had a couple of sessions, a couple of workshops, where it turned out that in the room that they booked for me, there was no speaker. And I had to play the sound from my laptop. And in a room with about 15 people, the sound of your laptop usually isn't good enough. So I bought this speaker, which is pretty good. It's small, you can bring it anywhere, and I can connect my computer to it so that I at least have a speaker. These are all the things that I bring to either a workshop or a presentation at a conference. But the most important thing that you have to keep in mind is that you're the one who has to be prepared. If you don't have your stuff, even if the conference organizer doesn't do well, it looks bad for you. They'll remember you for that and not for your talk. And that's not what you want to happen. So bring whatever you need to make sure that the conference goes, or the workshop goes, in a way that you want it to go. Don't just rely on the others. So get your stuff together, basically. See you next time.